Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to pick and choose some of these problems that I think we should go over. First one I want to go over is number 3. So if we take a look at number 3, this piece of my circle, let me not maybe highlight it, let me do something else. Let's just write it in pen. This piece of my circle right here, what's that called? It's called a radius. And how about over here, what's this part called? This is also a radius. What do you know about all radii in a circle? They're all congruent, so this is congruent to this. So notice that this makes a triangle, and it's an isosceles triangle. So if that's x, this has to be x. And my angle O has got to be 80 degrees because it's a central angle. So if these are both x, x plus 80 has to equal 180. So 2x equals 100, so x equals 50. Let's go and look at number 5. Notice on number 5, this right here is a semicircle. How I know? Because that center is running, my diameter is running through my center. So if this is 110 degrees right here, this has to be 70 degrees to make 180. So in order to find x, well, I see I have to make a bow tie. It's an interior angle. So this highlighter does not like to get skinny, so I'm going to make my bow tie. I know I'm making a bow tie because it's an interior angle. So I would do 30 plus 70 divided by 2. That's going to equal x. So x equals 50. Let's go ahead and look at number 7. Number 7, notice this is my diameter because it goes through my center. So this whole thing right here is a semicircle. So I would do 180 minus 54. I would get 126, which goes right here. So now if I highlight my piece of pie, you have to ask yourself, angle x, is that an interior, exterior, inscribed, or central angle? Well, it's an inscribed angle because it's on my circle, so that's half of my arc. So that means x is 63 degrees. I would do something very similarly for number 9. Let's go ahead and look at number 11. Number 11, I see this piece of pie. So notice 60 is what type of angle? It's either central, inscribed, interior, exterior. It's an inscribed angle. So if that's 60, then its corresponding arc is 120 degrees. And now how am I going to find x? Well, I know this whole thing right here is a semicircle. So 180 minus 120 is 60. So x equals 60 degrees. If I look at number 12, this angle right here is an inscribed angle, which means this is 140. So if this arc is 140 degrees, how do I find this arc? Well, I would do 360 minus 140. I get 220. So x is 220 degrees. Go ahead and flip your paper for me, please. Oh, let's look at one of these. Let's look at number 13. 13 is an inscribed angle. So I would take my arc measure, 51x plus 3, divided by 2. That's going to get me the angle, which is 26x. So I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. 26 times 2 is 52. So I have 51x plus 3 equals 52x. So now I'm going to subtract 51x, so I get x equals 3. And I'm done. Look at the next one. What kind of angle are you given? You're given an interior angle, so I have to make my bow tie. So, one arc plus the other arc all over 2 equals the angle. So multiply by 2 on both sides. I have 31x minus 2 equals 184. I'm going to add 2 to the other side. I get 186. And I'm going to divide by 31. I get 6. Last one is an exterior angle. I know this piece right here is 27x minus 5. So how would I find this piece? Well, it's 360 minus that. So it's 360 minus 27x minus 5. So I'm now going to have to distribute. So I'd have negative 27x plus 5. So this is 365 minus 27x. So this arc is that. So I'm going to take my big arc, which is 365 minus 27x minus the other one, negative 27x minus 5, all over 2. I'm going to have to erase some of this, is going to equal 5 plus 9x. So I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides, and I have to distribute it to all of that. So I have 10 plus 18x equals 365 minus 27x minus 27x plus 5. So I'm now going to clean up. 10 plus 18x equals 370 minus 54x. So I'm going to add 54x to both sides. I get 72x. I'm going to subtract 10. I get 360. So 360 divided by 72, x is 5. So let's take a look. Hopefully these ones with the algebra review is simplifying you are okay. Or if I look at number 20, remember when you have a squared, you just scribble it out and you write 2x plus 4, and then you just double distribute. So you have 4x squared plus 8x, and then you have to do plus 8x plus 16. So I can clean that up and say 4x squared plus 16x plus 16. And I'm done. Let's look at some of the factoring problems. Factor completely. The first thing you ask yourself, is there a GCF between these three things? No. So I don't have to slide and divide because there's no number in front of that one. So I'm going to write 30. I need factors of 30 that add up to 11. So first factors of 30, 3 and 10. Add them up. Does that make 11? Nope. All right, I need other factors of 30. 5 and 6. Add them up. Does that make 11? You betcha. I'm done. X plus 5 times x plus 6. I'm done. Next one. First thing you ask yourself, is there GCF? Yes, they all have a 2 in common. So I'm going to divide everybody by 2 in this problem. So I have x squared minus 2x. 96 divided by 2 is 48. So now, I'm going to put my finger over this 2. I'm going to pretend it's not there, and I'm going to factor just what's on the inside. I don't have to do slide and divide on the inside because I don't have a number in front of x squared. So I know it's going to be xx. So factors of negative 48. I have negative 6 and 8. Add them up. Does that make negative 2? No. What about negative 8 and 6? Yep. So x minus 8, x plus 6. And I have a 2 on the outside. And I'm done. Last one. Does it have a GCF? Nope. How do I know on this problem I have to do the slide and divide method? Because I have a coefficient in front of my b squared. So I'm circling that 3. Sliding it to the back, I get negative 30. Factors of negative 30 that make 10. So I have negative 5 and 6. Add them up. That doesn't make negative 7. I have negative 3 and 10. Negative 3 plus 10, well, that's 7. I'm done. So, b minus 3, b plus 10. What do I have to remember to do now? I got to take this 3 and I got to divide everybody. I slided and then I divided. So now simplify. 3 over 3 makes 1. 10 over 3, can I do it? Nope. So I slide that 3 right in front of b. I'm done. The reason why you had to do all of this factoring stuff from your homework and what we spent time in last class going over it is because either today or next class you're going to focus on having to do these theorems that you're about to learn with factoring or double distributing like you had to do up here. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're progressing along.